Oh, it's coffee break and cigarette break time.
Yeah, it's still early.
I should have brought mine. And
Here, want one?
no, stop. So, question: are we back to our regular Tech Tuesday format?
I don't know. Are we?
Yeah,
We're still
we're here. Yeah, we're back, man.
buried up here.
Hey,
So
missed you last week. I know the people missed you last week, but we did have a special video for you guys on Tuesday. And we're going to sit in the car, read some of your emails. Thank you so much for sending those in. We do as many as we can each and every week, just showing you how to fix things on your Corvette or use things on your Corvette. Email in your questions at the email address that's up on the screen. What I want to do right now before we get in the car is I want to show people how to properly put this top in the back of your C8, because if you don't, something bad could happen, and already has, unfortunately. So at his expense, we learned from that, and I want to share that with you guys. Can you hold this for a second?
sure.
All right, guys, if you could see this little body line right here, when it sits on top of the car, this is the rear of the car, those are the rear pins. That body line is also a hint of where this has got to go in the back of the C8. So when you put it in, the rear goes in first. It sits at an angle, but these pins, or this line, because you can't see the pins, this line, let me show you where it goes. You got me down in there, Chuck? Okay, so this is one of the sides. So use that body line to help line up that pin here and another one on the other side over here. Okay, guys? Drop this down in here. And come from this side behind me over here, Chuck, so you can actually see that. Okay, see, guys, how that line is lining up? My arm's not in the way with that pin. Use that as a little guide and a little helper to get it in there, because here's what happens. And come back up here. So if you don't have that in here, in the bottom, those pins down in there, and right up in here, Chucky, this part right here, when you really got to push this, guys, and snap that in. If this is not down correctly in here, this part right here will be up just a little bit. I want your hands to stand back just a touch. So when you close this, and come from over here, my friend, this piece right here, as it closes down, is going to hit the top of your removable top, and it'll chip the paint off. And unfortunately, that's happened already, and I do apologize for that. But again, we learned by trial and error. So I just wanted to share that with you, Jim. Sorry, Jim's watching right now. He's like, oh my gosh, you're using what happened to me to everybody? Yeah, sorry, dude. So we got some touch-up paint. He touched it up just a little bit. But I just want you guys to be known that such a tight tolerance in through here, you don't have any room for error. And it is clipped in there very well, so it doesn't rattle, doesn't move. But use those lines right there. Those aerodynamic lines. You can't see it now because it's really tucked down in there. But that's a good tip for folks, don't you?
Well, yeah, I'd say chipping the paint's the best case scenario.
Yeah.
If you don't get it in there right, you could crack this or that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then a paint chip is kind of best case scenario.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that's how we wanted to start our Tech Tuesday. We got some more for you. Don't go away. Actually, Chuck's on the phone right now.
There don't seem to be any noises now.
He's talking to one of the Corvette engineers right now and trying to take care of a problem on a C8 car.
Perfect. Everything was great on it. And it sat out there and idled for 3 or 4 minutes. And when we went back to it, it's misfire, check engine lights on, and all kind of trouble. And the first 2 codes didn't come back, but now the P300 and the P050D did.
You're looking at me like I had the camera on already. I didn't. We're on now.
Okay.
Hey, it is good to be back.
Yeah.
I always like hanging out with you. I don't get enough to do that. It's been stressful, crazy couple of weeks. Just
couple months.
Leave it at that. Real quick before we get started in your Tech Tuesday Q&A, the plant is back. They did go back to work yesterday, so they have parts and things are moving forward. As we predicted many months ago, it looks like 2020 production. They haven't officially said yet, but it does look like it's going to go through December, and 21s will probably start in January. We'll keep you up to date on that. Also, too, we were the only channel to mention, I think a couple of weeks ago, that the 2021 builder was going to go live on October 20th. Today being October 20th, I checked it this morning. It is live. So if you go to Chevrolet.com, go to Vehicles on the upper left-hand side, then click the Performance tab, then drop down to the right-hand side, and you can hit Build and Price. Then you can play around and kind of build up your 2021 Corvette that you want. So you eventually can stop dreaming and start driving. All right, so have fun with that, you guys. Too, thank you. Saturday night, early Sunday morning, we did hit 30,000 subscribers. This coming Sunday, I've got, and I'm going to need your help displaying this. We've got an amazing prize for you guys and a great brain buster that we're going to start and run that contest for 3 weeks. Yeah, put your thinking caps on. This is going to be a fun one. And just another way, I want to say thank you so much for your support.
We're back.
We're back. The camera almost fell. It's being held by microfiber cloths right now. Okay, Chuck, what do you got, buddy? Get it started. I appreciate it.
All right, this one comes from Bob and Goria, talking about the TCC shutter in the C7s.
Oh.
It says, "Hi, Rick and Chuck. For your Tech Tip Tuesday, I am interested in knowing your experience regarding the 8-speed TCC shutter occurring in the Chevrolets, including the C7 Corvettes. Service Bulletin 18NA355 recommends triple flush and replacing the fluid with the Mobile 1 LVATF HP to correct. However, I've heard the only solution is to replace the converter. What's been your success rate with the triple flush, or do you recommend a converter replacement?"
They actually changed the way you did that flush too over process, but go ahead. Dude.
Yeah. And all of them that I've done, and trust me, I've done a ton of them, I've only put one torque converter in. The new HP fluid takes care of the problem.
Okay.
Well, what's actually is going on is the reason that this is a third change of the fluid type. Moisture attaches itself to the fluid, and then it causes the TCC to shutter. This new fluid that they went to keeps the moisture from attaching itself to the fluid, so because no matter what you do, the system's going to get moisture in it because it has a vent tube. So the transmission is getting moisture in it regardless. What this new fluid does, keeps it from attaching to the fluid, and then as the transmission warms up, the moisture evacuates through the vent tube. So
thanks, dude. That's actually probably the first time that I've heard that.
Yeah.
About the vent tube and the moisture getting in there. So
yeah, that's what's going on.
All right, fantastic. Here's one from Kinger. It says, "Rick, love the Tuesday vlogs with you and Chuck. I currently, to this point, have only dreamed of Corvette ownership since I was about 9 years old. I'm 55 and I'm not getting any younger." Ain't that the truth, brother? Quick question about the C8 convertible. I'm wanting to know when the top is down, do you lose that awesome rear camera view, that mirror that's in the camera? If you have a 2 or 3 LT, do you lose that view in the mirror when the top's down? Well, yeah, because the camera's actually mounted up here on the top of the convertible, and when the top is down, you don't need the camera because now your view's not blocked and you can see. Also, too, he threw in a second question here. He goes, the SD card for the PDR camera. So if you have navigation, 1, 2, or 3 LT in your C8 Corvette, you do get PDR with your navigation. He says, nobody's ever asked on the video, and I've watched to see where the SD card is located. Is it still in the glove box? Yes, it is in the glove box to the left-hand side. And C7, the SD card went in like this. Now it goes in like this, with the label side facing the passenger side. And he wanted to know what the size was as far as what you could put in there. The only thing Chevrolet says is that it's 16 gigs or higher on the SD card, and I've had many people put 256 in there. And don't forget, you actually can control the video quality on your PDR that it's recording in 480 or 1080p. So that's pretty cool to have that flexibility. And we'll do another vlog soon that a lot of people forgot that you can now turn that on to be a dash cam. Every time you turn the car on, it starts recording. So we'll talk about that more in future videos and more of our Tech Tuesday. So thanks for watching and thanks for the question.
All right, this one comes, let's see, I'm not sure here.
What you got there? Oh, Al.
Oh, okay, Al. It says that he has a 2014 Coupe non-Z51. My issue, the passenger side map light just to the right of the rear view mirror has stopped working. For the previous 6 years or so, it was never as bright as the passenger side, even when brand new. And I should have looked at it while it was still under warranty. Yeah. Now it's on me. I have not been able to find any information, issues, or experience in replacement of the bulbs for this application. Is there a simple owner fix for this, or replacing the whole unit? If you're talking about the map light in the visor itself, yeah, that's a whole unit replacement. If you're talking about these here on the side right by the mirror, I think there's bulbs in there. I'm not sure. I haven't had one down.
You've had this assembly behind the mirror part
Yes, I have. But
Quite often.
I think it's a whole lamp assembly, not the whole piece. I think
Right.
the whole lamp snaps out.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's just a bulb.
Okay. Yeah,
Because they're
I think he's talking
LEDs.
just about the map light.
Yeah.
To the Jason, rather than in the visor
In the
itself.
visor.
Yeah, but yeah, if it's the visor, yeah, you do have to change the whole visor.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay, here's one from Terry. He says, Rick, I just received my Rapid Blue C8 Corvette. Congratulations, my favorite color. I want to gain access. This is going to be for you to answer because I don't know this one. He says, I want to gain access to the fuse box behind the glove box. C8 Corvette. Am I able to remove the tension rod from the right side, but I can't figure out how to remove the glove box? I read that you need to squeeze the sides, but I work in construction. I have a habit of not knowing my own strength, and I don't want to break something. Sounds like you. You guys are great. Look forward to all your vlogs, Terry. So any idea on that? I don't think you've really dug in there yet, have you? On the C8 to get to the fuse box behind there, behind the glove box?
I have not, but if they're like the previous glove boxes, like I said, I haven't really been in one yet, there's 2 plastic tabs on the side that only let it come down so far, so if you open it and look in there with a flashlight, about halfway up you can see them, and it's just a matter of squeezing them in to get past the plastic tabs to let it drop on down.
Okay. And then when you put it back in, it'll just snap and hold itself back in.
Yep.
All right, fantastic. You got another one there, partner?
Yep. This one comes from John. It says, my question is for Chuck on my 2003 Z06. It has only 13,500 miles, and the only rig gets wet when I wash it. I have taken it to numerous car shows, and people would always look at the window trim molding were amazed that it did not have a crack in it. I'm really not sure what they were talking about until recently. Yes, my molding on the driver's side has developed a crack. The crack perfectly straight and almost looks like it was designed with the car. I've noticed that when I do my car wash, there's a leak on the A-pillar. What's the easy fix? And can I reuse the molding since the crack is perfectly straight? Any suggestions would be great. No, usually those moldings, once they crack, they have to be replaced.
And you've talked about what's the grease that you use before?
The dielectric grease.
Yeah, the dielectric grease.
For the weather strips. Yeah.
To keep that moist.
And I know if you go get a bottle, because I've addressed this before, if you go get a bottle, it says for electrical use, but it works great on the weather strips. And the reason they use it for electrical is because it's waterproof. And that's why I like using it on the weather strips.
Yeah, so you got to get a new strip, use that dielectric grease, and you'll be in good shape. Thanks for watching the show. Appreciate it. All right, I got one more here, and just a quick comment then, too, for my last one. It says, hello, Rick and Chuck. Quick question. I've enjoyed your content here on YouTube. Appreciate that very much. He waited for a C8 to arrive. He took delivery last week in Florida. He goes, one of the things I did not like after I took delivery of my car is it had 9 miles on it. I know that when it comes off the delivery truck, it has less than 1 mile. No, that's not correct. They're a variance of miles. And we even showed you the one time, I think a month ago, the guy had 25 miles. It came right from the factory like that. Now, in that case, usually there's a sticker in there to say they did some validation stuff on it. We didn't have the sticker, but I called the customer right away and I said, hey, this is not us. This car's got 25 miles on it. Steve was really cool, not a problem. But no, it's a variance of miles. You'll see them 2, 5, 8, 10. It really is random in that regard. He asked the dealer how this happened, and he said that the dealer told him they're required to drive the car for PDI. Because could you mention this in your video? Are you required, so this is a question for you really, are you required to drive it part of the PDI? Is it necessary to drive that many miles? Because I'm concerned in how it was driven and worried about the braking and so forth. So what's the protocol on that? The
protocol is, yes, you're supposed to test drive them on a PDI. You're not far. I don't know what the limitations are or what the expectations.
You do like, what, a mile or two maybe?
Yeah, I just go down the street and back just to make sure that the transmission shift's okay and that everything seems to be working.
No noises.
No noises, yep.
Yeah, so yeah, you got to be careful. And I remember years ago, it just depends on the dealer that you're working with. This is a long time ago. Anyways, the point being, a guy took it out after a PDI. It was a Z06, in fact. And got a little cute, lost control of the car, cross traffic, hit a minivan or something like that. And I'm sure that's exactly what a lot of you guys are worried about.
Sure.
Again, trusting the dealership and who you're working with, from the back side to the front side to the retail side. So that's going to really be up to you, whoever you choose. But we do it the way that we're supposed to and don't go over the limits that we're supposed to either, because those situations can happen. So yeah, you could be concerned, but 9 miles, I don't think they're going to do any damage to the car, driving it or whatever.
Well, no, and I don't take them out and get stupid with them, because if I break them, I fix them.
Right, absolutely.
And I don't have time to fix them, so I don't break them.
Well, I just get nervous too, you know. It's like we've been wanting to do PPF on our C8s here, and that's one of the reasons I'm not doing it, because the company that does it has to come pick up the car, drive it 20 miles into Columbus, and drive 20 miles back. Mm-hmm. I'm just not taking the risk, man. Until we can do it in-house, I'm just not doing it.
Right.
And a lot of people said, oh, that's okay, Rick. No, to me, it's not okay. Too much going on, man. Too much crap on the roads, and just, So don't worry about those 9 delivery miles, not at all. So just drive it normal. I guess the best break-in advice I've ever been given, don't beat it, but don't baby it. Mm-hmm. Drive it normal.
Sure.
Okay, and we'll get more into that. As far as break-in, stuff like that, and future tips. And also, too, the weather's getting ready to turn, so Chuck and I will start talking about winter storage for those of you that have to store your Corvette. Those of you that don't laugh. Say, hey, man, I'm driving mine every day, man. Storage, what's that? Okay, enough. You got one more?
I actually got 2 more.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
All right, this one comes from Phil. It says, I really enjoy watching you guys on your vlog. I've been watching you guys for years. I have a 2019 Stingray 2LT coupe with about 6,000 miles on it at this time. I'm wondering about the cylinder deactivation problems, torque converter, etc. People have in the past with the 2014 to 2018 models. Do I have to worry about these potential problems with my 2019? If so, should I purchase a range device to prevent the motor from going into 4-cylinder mode, or is there something else I should do? I prefer to drive the Vette in automatic, not manual mode, unless I'm playing around. Once again, guys, as long as the car is under factory warranty, I don't recommend putting anything aftermarket on it. I don't know when they did this fluid change. I don't think I've had any of the 19s yet with the transmission shudder, because I think they all have the new fluid in them.
Oh, coming from the factory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this fluid changed on the 14s through the 18s. Once they got to the new blue label fluid, has fixed all of them. So
okay.
I don't think you'll have any issues.
That's good. A lot of people worried about this cylinder deactivation stuff and trying to find ways to override it and things like that. Personally, in C7s, I stay out of the eco mode. The green E, I don't drive in that.
No.
You know, but still, depending on your RPMs and speed and elevation and things like that, the car's going to go into it automatically.
Sure.
So you really just can't avoid that.
No, you can't.
All right. You got one more? Go ahead, buddy.
Yes, sir. I've got one. Well, can't see who it's from. Here, let's see. Just tore it. Comes from Todd.
Oh, okay.
He said, how much trouble is it to have my TPMS system turned on my Z06, 03Z06? TPMS is the tire pressure monitoring system. There is no turn on, turn off. If the sensors aren't reading, it's more than likely the batteries have went dead in the sensors, and the sensors will just have to be changed out and relearned. But there is no on off. They're just there.
Yeah, you'll go up to check your tire monitor system, and either when it says LF for left front, it'll either be blank on the screen or there'll be a bunch of X's. And you know there's an issue with probably the battery.
The battery in the sensor, yep.
Yeah, right behind the valve stem is where that's located. And just a quick comment here for a lot of folks that watch the channel, really appreciate that. A couple of Sundays ago, says Rick, this comes from Tim here at Ohio, says, Rick, I watch every vlog, every night that you have it. We're not doing dailies anymore just because there's so much going on behind the scenes, but we're doing a lot, and we'll talk about that maybe later. But we're doing frequent uploads all about you guys, the market, and this car. He says, Rick, I love the channel. Your interview with the 3-time cancer survivor brought tears to my eyes. I had to turn it off and come back and watch it. I'm a prostate cancer survivor myself. When the doctor declared me cancer-free, my wife and I immediately drove to the local Chevy dealership and put a deposit on a 2020 Stingray, which is now becoming a 2021. Or he did a 2020, and now it's going to become a 2021. And that's what this is more than just a car. That kind of tells the picture of how special, how emotional, how important this purchase is to you guys for so many different reasons. So the best advice I'd give you, if you have a Corvette, I don't care what year it is, get out there and drive the freaking wheels off of it and enjoy it, all right? I think that's about it, man.
That's it?
It's good. I can sit and talk to you all day long.
Yeah, well,
and you guys
got
too.
things to do.
Yeah, we do. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate the support. It's been a couple of weeks since we shared this. We've got some great looking cars. It's now your beautiful rides. I'll see you soon.
was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one, and I can't wait to see you hindsight is fleeting, oh, and your heart's bleeding, and all you can see is red, till you discover it is within each other to forgive and make amends. If I had known then, or what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead, 'cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one, and I can't wait to see you again. Oh, I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait, 'cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one, and I